value. This is now one of our givens because we have figured it out. Whoops, went through that too quick. Well, we know the mean and we know the standard deviation. Plug and chug. And what I mean by that is you put in the value. Dadgummit, I'm so sorry. You put in the values. Now you just simply have to use a little algebra to solve for x. Now I say you have to use some algebra, but I'm not talking about calculus, okay? I'm just talking about kind of moving some things around. You're going to have to multiply both sides by 2050. Right? You're going to have to add to both sides 67,900. And in that way, x would be by itself. If you're looking at the slides that I've provided to you, then what you'll see is this solution, and there's nothing that flies or whizzes or anything here because I just simply want you to see how it breaks down. Here's the equation I just showed you. This is just a verbal explanation. You see we're multiplying both sides, and then we're kind of moving things around to get x by itself. And what we find out from that is that 4%, which translates into a 0.46 if we need, because we need the proper starting and stopping points, goes to a z value of 1.75, which we can then convert to an x value of 64,312. Now, going back to your CrossIt Trucking Company problem, you were given an area of 99%. Let me just caution you and say that this 99%, where you got to think about this. Where are you going to position it? Here in this purple? No, right? Let me see if I can, it's kind of hard to draw those shapes on here, but wouldn't the 99% be, wouldn't that 99% be centered right from around the mean? So that 99% goes from here to way over here. Now this is what I'm trying to caution you about. You're not going to go to your table and look up 99%, because if you do, you'll find out your table doesn't go that high. Okay, that's because the way that your table works, and if you look at the top of the table, you'll see the picture and you'll understand this, is it is expecting the area, not the whole area. It says, look, you need to know the starting and stopping points. If you don't know the starting and stopping points, then it's saying to you, I would never say this to you, but it's saying to you, then I can't help you. Now, I can help you. Oops, let's get that there. It's going from here to here. How do I know that? Because in the table in your book says the starting point is always the mean. That is always for the table in your book. For the table in your book, not your calculator, not Excel. The starting point is always the mean. And then the stopping point is something like this. So if that 99% is perfectly centered about this mean, then you have to take 0.99 and divide it in half, and then, let me just type it up here, you would find out that the area that you're actually looking up in that table in your book is 0.4950. Now, I just said to you that this is an area that you're looking up. So when we talk about area, we're talking about the center part of the chart, and you would have to look through here. I don't know if I have that part of the chart. No, it's chopped off in this example, but you would look through all these values for 0.495, and once you found it, you would do just like we did and go out and say what is the z value is, and it's going to be 2.58 in this particular case. So I hope that helps. Now I'm going to tell you this. That's a great question, and it is important. I'm glad you asked it. I wish you'd asked it before your homework was due, but it's important that you understand it not only for your test, but because you still have a couple more chapters to go, and those chapters are going to build on that concept. So knowing how to do a reverse lookup and find your z-value is really, really important. It's really not that hard. It's just that you were originally taught to start with x, convert to z, and then look up the probability. And what you just simply have to realize is that you're being given the probability, so you have to convert it to z and then convert that to x. And so this is just new. It's not, tragic. It's just something new, and you can do it. So hang in there, folks. I can sense just a little frustration, but I'm also very impressed that you're out there, and by and large, the homework grades are looking very good. So hang in there, and good luck on the test. Just take your time, take a deep breath, and you're going to do fine.